On the left, you are looking at player one. This is Daniel from Miami, Florida. Remember, we had our player earlier. I forget who it was from Miami. You got the list. Who was it from Miami earlier?
Yadam.
Yadam was from Miami.
Yeah.
They came together, so we managed to catch both of them, sort of accidentally here. And then, of course, here on the right-hand side of your screen, we have Matthew. Matthew's from York, Pennsylvania. That's also quite a bit of a ways off. Thank you guys for reminding me about these Twitch ads.
So many people came in and flew in for this, man. It's really
cool. This is awesome. I'm loving the turnout. I'm loving the vibes of just people from everywhere. And I will not let me run why can't I not push a Twitch ad? What in the Twitch? You're pissing me off, man. Yeah, it's not going to let me push a Twitch ad. You recently ran an ad. You stupid POS. Well, I'll try as much as I can do. Sorry. Okay, let's get to the main view here so don't miss any action. And I can turn these lights back off again. If you guys happen to hear random chewing sounds during the match, I refuse to apologize.
Yeah, no.
All right, here we go. Matthew on the button, coming in with a Battlefield Marine. Round 7 underway here at the Star Wars Unlimited Sector Qualifier in Denver, Colorado. Glad you guys are with us. We have at least 3 more rounds of action. This one plus 2 more after this.
Put that right there.
Now didn't we see a Jango non-Tarkin town earlier? We did. We saw like a Jango Catacombs of Kadera. We don't have it written down. I'm almost positive we did.
Yeah. I think that was Yadam's.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think they're both.
It was because that was the match that he played against Daniel. Yes, you're right. I wonder if they're playing identical decks.
Yadam played Giovanni.
Sundari Peacekeeper.
Okay. Peacekeeper, Rebel Assault, Pilot Luke, and Darksaber gets rid of the Sundari Peacekeeper.
Luke. Ooh, okay, A-Wing.
I must have missed a card. I didn't see the A-Wing on camera there, but that's where he comes in now, going high. Sabine always looking for great ways to lane dodge.
Green Squadron A-Wing.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
We knew what he meant. He had it. No Sabine ping out of Matthew yet. Interesting. It's always fascinating to watch people who are experienced Sabine players in terms of how or when they do or don't use her front leader side.
The ability to know when and when not is what makes you a great Sabine player.
I watched so much Sabine back in February when I drove to Mobile and we cast the planetary qualifier out there. Huge shout out to Frank Courtney, the Boston Network guys. They were super awesome to hang out with that day. But I watched Frank play a ton of Sabine, and it was so much fun to watch somebody who really understood that deck and that mechanic like work.
Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty. There's the Luke pilot. Now you have to wonder, is Jango playing Fang Fighters or any of that kind of shenanigans?
Probably not. Probably not anymore.
I mean, that's a big 6-swing Luke. 6 to base.
I would have played my Rebel Assault and gotten the 7.
I think he's better off playing the Rebel Assault later when he needs the tempo. Because Sabine can go wide. Sabine can find herself with a bunch of units on the board, right? Chat, I will never root for Sabine.
Look, it's hard for me. It's definitely hard for me as that leader specifically has taken me out of too many tournaments to count.
You have really struggled to beat Sabine in general across all the sets.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, playing a daring raid, trying to figure out if he's going to hit the A-wing.
Nah, base.
I guess I'm doing
Or the base. He's trying to play a little defense here and put 2 damage into the A-wing.
Okay.
Remember, that Luke, if the A-wing goes, the Luke just runs to ground, so he's not dead. That Luke is such a good card.
And then Dapper.
I'll claim the initiative.
I'll pass.
Okay. Now, what did Boba? How did?
That was he did 1 damage.
With what? How did he do it?
With
he attacked with
Bazine.
Bazine.
And then used it to tap her down.
I got it. There we go.
Here comes the Darksaber.
Yeah, I think you're going to be looking at a Darksaber turn here. Although, honestly, with Jango in the field, I don't know that that's a good idea. See, this is why.
Yes.
This is why you hold the Rebel Assault.
7, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Yep. Okay.
12 all in.
Yeah, you're right. It was a good hold.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Hence
12.
why I always get my butt kicked by Sabine.
A 12-point hit there
I'll put you at 20.
from Rebel Assault. He's got 8 health remaining.
Yeah.
I've learned. One of the things I'm loving, really enjoying, learning to play wedge is Rebel Assault timing.
Yeah.
Because you can generate just massive, silly hits like that. It's fun.
I can't see what he's holding.
I
I like lean, like that's going to help me see better.
The card on the left is a War Juggernaut. I think the card on the right is an old school Boba. There's the Darksaber. Now that she's exhausted, he's going to put the Darksaber out and make her a little harder to kill. Now she can swing for lethal all by herself.
Yeah. Wow, this is super fast.
Super quick. You wanted a break, you may get it. Oh, the timer is 100% wrong. I just realized.
7.
On my attack.
6 on your, yes, correct. 6 on the attack, 7 if you hit your base.
You're not on camera. You're not on camera. My wife is dropping off a fresh batch of water for us. Thank you so much, my dear. Oh, my long-suffering wife who puts up with my weird hobbies. She just grins. Take these. You need water.
Triple foot rub coming tonight. Triple foot rub. New card I just created. Instead of triple.
Did he not? He took the initiative. Yeah. So Daniel claimed, right? Because if he doesn't, Sabine's just going to murder him.
Yeah, I'm just moving that over there at that. How's that?
Perfect. So that has 2 left. That has 6 left.
ECL?
Yep.
Ooh.
Record. Yep. This is about GG.
Yeah, Wrecker's gonna pop in with ECL and ruin somebody's day here.
You're 22.
22.
Yeah, I can do. I'm going to overwhelm into Greedo and do 6 overwhelm to you. I'm going to discard a resource to do 5 damage to Jango.
Okay.
And I'll take 3 back from Greedo.
Actually, I've got the initiative in the wrong place. No, I've got the initiative in the right place.
This one's over already.
Yeah, this is over. Like I just
the
don't.
A-wing. He's got nothing for the A-wing.
The A-wing's tapped. The War Juggernaut down here at the bottom tapped the whole board.
Yeah. What I mean is at this point Matthew claims he hits with the A-wing and there's no.
And the game's over, right? Because we're at. Well, they haven't marked the overwhelm damage yet, but he dealt 6 overwhelm, so there's only 2 health left on Daniel's base. It's not marked. We don't. So they don't have. They didn't put the tokens out, but that's where we're at.
Yeah, there we go.
Now they've got it. Daniel's like, now what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. There's a small part of me after watching all these Jango games that just grins a little at seeing Jango get manhandled like this.
A little bit.
It's just like injected into my veins. All right, Matthew with game 1 here, just like that.
Fast game 1.
10, 12 minutes, and we're going to game 2.
That's 6 minutes, Wes.
It's not a matter of being bitter. It's a matter of, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's not bitter. I'm not this guy. Like, I'm not Ian who's lost to Sabine for months and months and months and months, it's like super personal. I don't have this problem, right? I think it's more I'm tired of seeing Jango today. A lot of Jango here. A lot of Jango. And it's, we watched a Jango match earlier where I think in 3 games the guy played TDR 8 times. Like, it was just, it was lunacy insane. how much value he was getting out of that. It was crazy.
Sideboarding now.
Yep, which means I need to pull back to here. There we go. We generally don't show sideboards on camera. For those of you who have been joining late, just a quick reminder, we don't have deck lists. Well, let me back that up. We have deck lists. We're not sharing that information. We do have sideboards. We're not sharing that information. Information the players don't have right now, we are not sharing on stream because anybody else could watch before tomorrow and go, oh, I know this guy has that in his sideboard or whatever. Yeah. And we are trying to preserve the competitive integrity of the event by not sharing that information in advance of when their opponents should have it. In front of all of you, I just want you to know my wife is amazing. Yep, she's standing right here. Yes, I understand that, but she walked over here in the cold to bring us more water, and you guys saw all the gear that I bought, man. She put up with all of that, too.
I mean, there are points when you play when the math, you really...
Oh, the sun came out.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
outside.
Seen the sun today. I've been in here.
Wes hasn't been outside today.
Ian's had to go. Shut up. Nobody asked you. Go away.
He sent his lackey, a.k.a. me.
That's right.
Everywhere.
That's
today.
right.
But
That's
it's
right.
Cool. It's worked out.
Ian would go out for smoke breaks where I was in here. doing my thing.
It's
and when
really pretty out.
When we walked out of the hotel this morning, it was still snowing and gray.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was nasty and cold. So clearly it's better now.
First time I see snowfall. I've seen it once on the floor.
Really?
But yeah,
Oh, they're talking about the snowfall.
Wow. How far is the flight for you? That's okay.
4.5 hours.
Yeah, Miami to Denver's not terrible. I mean, it's a long way, but it's not like Miami to Seattle. That flight sucks.
Oh, the Star Wars scene.
Oh, Star Wars scene?
Yeah.
Honestly, not that big. They like the anime games down there. One Piece, Lorcana are really big. Yeah.
Chat commenting how much they love Matthew's hair.
Central Florida area around Orlando.
It's a cool haircut.
It's very, very cool. They're big fans.
I don't have enough hair to pull that off anymore. So.
California, pretty much.
You go to Tampa, Miami, all that. It's one piece.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you know what I think I'm going to do going forward? I'm going to have a conversation with Ian right now that means nothing to you guys, and I apologize. I'm going to get another one of these to put over there, and then it doesn't matter. We have this, and then each of us has our own screen, and then for like mobile setup, the big screen doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then literally you can just always have the game up here, and then I'll get you a keyboard and a mouse. Well, I'll get you a mouse, and then you'll have the mouse and the ability to do things, web navigation things. The keyboard, I haven't found a PC app that lets you hook up two keyboards and accept input from both of them yet. I'm still working on that. But mouse, that I can find. I'll have another dumpling while we wait.
Not sure what you could sideboard in, but
cards on top, buddy.
to really kind of stop Matthew from what he did last
We can
time.
at least give them a show and I don't just get absolutely run over. Good luck, Matt.
Hey, good luck, buddy. Let's do it, man.
All right, here we go. Game 2 underway.
Oh.
We'll take the battlefield.
I'll claim.
Took
Draw
his
your card,
turn 1
Matthew.
play right out of his hand.
Draw your card,
How rude.
Matthew.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll still claim.
Jesus. Card flew out of my hand.
Chat asking if I'm an old school Star Wars CCG LOTR TCG guy. That is correct.
Man, don't get. He's played every Star Wars
That is-
TCG they've ever invented.
That's actually
I'm
not
pretty
true.
sure.
I did not play that garbage WotC game.
I don't even know what that is.
So, man, all those years ago, Decipher lost the license, right? And then when they came around afterwards, Wizards of the Coast ended up with this game, and man, it was like a D6 based thing. It was really not that good. So yeah, I did not play it. I think I demoed it 1 year at Origin. Was like, nope, totally not playing that. So nope. But yeah, Bill, that's me. Still around, still gaming, still a huge nerd all these years later. Chat asking, okay, now this is an interesting thing I want to talk about, and if we don't finish it here, I want to write this, make a note. Chat talking about the practice of shuffling your opponent's deck. This is something that we've talked about a lot locally because one of our players is religious about this. So we're going to talk about that in between streams. I say in between streams, in between games, in between rounds. We'll talk about that for a little bit. I'm sort of hoping, the field is starting to thin, just to keep you guys in the loop.
A lot of Jango at the top.
There's a lot of Jango at the top. I'm going to see how many matches we came into this round with. I think we're down to about 200 players, maybe 220. It was quite a bit. Fleet Lieutenant and Fleet Lieutenant. That old chestnut. Everybody does that. All right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've not been counting base damage correctly. Oh, and I started wrong over here. There we go.
Three for P38, tapping the Sabine.
Okay, Sabine comes out. It immediately gets tapped down by the P38 Starfighter.
Pass.
Yep, Matthew held on to initiative. I can see he's got another Darksaber in there. I'm not sure what else he's sitting on. Another Rebel Assault would feel really good right now. Not as big as that last one, but still quite good. he would still get a good solid 8 out of it.
Daniel's got a surprise sneak attack. That shuttle.
We can't hear you because you flipped your mic up.
Sorry.
Try again.
I was eating a dumpling. It looks like Daniel's got a sneak attack. So we could use that to get rid of Sabine.
Yeah, he could trade that. Oh, he could trade the Gorilla Soldier for Sabine. It wouldn't even be a trade. The Gorilla Soldier would live.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good card.
3 to base.
Nope, we're just going to push damage here.
I'm trading off that Sabine.
Let's see what he does.
Got it, my man. Let's make it easier there.
Let's go. Sabine.
He's just going to attack her and tap her down.
Tap
You know
her
what he's
down.
going to do? He's just going to keep her exhausted.
Yeah.
With Jango here, and then use the surprise strike to push base damage. Oh, a Dark Saber onto the Fleet Lieutenant here, ladies and gentlemen. The timing of this is exquisite because now with Jango exhausted, there's no way for Daniel to exhaust this unit.
And if he brings Jango out, Jango gets murdered, right?
Yes. If you flip Jango right now, the Fleet Lieutenant cuts him in pieces. And lives. That's a 7/6 Fleet Lieutenant.
Don't give a Fleet Lieutenant a Dark Saber.
That is nothing to be screwed with right now. That is an amazingly awesome play.
6 health, right?
That's correct.
I think if I'm Daniel right here, I just attack with the P-38 and stall and force him to do something.
That and my draws.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Triple Dark
And
Raid
my back.
triple Dark Raid would have been really nice.
Back's been sore for a week and a half now. And gotta stay hydrated.
That's good advice.
Yeah,
Stay
I'm gonna take a
hydrated.
drink too, Matthew. That's a great idea.
Stay hydrated, especially at this altitude. If he's going to flip Jango, don't you just cut him down? If he, yeah. Daniel's like, oh no, I can't. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I changed my mind. No, he's going to do it.
7 base.
Oh, he pushed damage.
Interesting.
So you're
Okay.
15, right? 8 plus 7, 15.
Yeah, she's 15 on, 100%. Halfway home is Matthew here, looking for that Game 2 victory in the match.
I'd run the soldier into Sabine. Wouldn't that take her out?
No, the soldier would only hit for 2. He's a 2/3.
Oh, yeah, she's a 2/5.
Yep, she's got 3 health remaining. Jango could take her out easily. Just slap her.
We NASCAR. 6 to base.
Okay, we're going surprise strike. We're racing.
9 plus 6 will be 15.
Yep.
I love how he said that. I'm going to NASCAR.
5 more to base.
Yep. So it'll be a 20.
All right. We should have only 5 HP remaining here for Matthew.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's, oh, come on, camera. Don't do this to me now.
Oh, no.
Moving its shields over.
What is it doing? There we go.
It has done this randomly occasionally.
Jango and swing for 3.
Let's play game 3.
Matthew's like, and we're done here. Let's get on to game 3.
Let's do it.
Let's not screw around. Let's just get right on to game 3.
They're playing 6-minute games at this point.
I mean, at this point, we're 22 minutes in, and they've played 2 games.
I was trying to do the math of, like, can I answer your stuff? And then I'm like,
Yeah, I tried to put you in an awkward spot there, but I had to make a.
no, the HP on that was perfect because I had the surprise strike, but
Yep, they did miss the XP token on Sabine. Ultimately, it did not matter.
if I surprise strike Jango,
Yeah, there are also at least 2 judges hovering around both stream tables. So when we send them notices, they are very, very quick to respond. But I'll be honest. Okay, so chat's asking how many Jangos there were. We haven't talked about this in like 3 or 4 hours, so we can hit it again. Top of the stream, we were provided some stats. One of our wonderful streamers over at with the Late Night Gaming crew, who is our other streaming guys here today in the room, they provided some stats. We had the day began. 18.1% of the field was Jango. We went down to 7.9% with Quinlan, 7.7% for new Boba Fett out of Jump to Lightspeed. Then we ducked down to 6.3% for Admiral Piet. Old Han 1 from the first set, and Sabine both tied at 6.1%. And then Luke coming in next at 5.7%. Old Luke.
I would be interested to see what the numbers are tomorrow on what Jango's left in the field. Like how many of those 25%, how many of those will get 7 wins?
Let's take a quick look. I'm going to look at the top I'm just going to look right here through
Table 30.
melee. I'm going to look down to I'm going to look at the top 50.
Okay.
I've got the top 48 players right here.
Okay.
Right now, we have 18 of the top 48 players are Jango Fett that are still playing in the field. So we're at what is that? A little more than a third. You're at about a 33% Jango in the top. Let's roughly call it the top 50.
This is rough.
It's a 36%.
Yeah.
I use my calculator.
Look at you, busted out the phone.
That's right.
Look at you with your tech.
Got to be good for something.
That's true.
Starting with an A-wing, counter with a...
Attack. 1 direct damage.
It's first order stormtrooper.
I will claim.
Pass.
Only a one cost cheapo here on the early time on the turn 1 play for Jango. Not the kind of thing you want to see.
And Daniel has yet to play a triple dark raid, and he doesn't have one in his hand right now either.
We haven't. You know what? He's paying for the sins of someone that Jango player we saw earlier who played 8 in 3 games. It was crazy.
Oh, now it's your turn to have pressure on the resource.
This is also awkward.
Okay, who has the initiative token? It's literally not even on the board.
Matthew has initiative.
Okay. I don't even see the thing. Like it's
No,
just,
I don't.
It's not even on camera.
I don't think it's on the board.
Okay. Oh, we're going to pay extra special attention then.
Go fast, Ricky Bobby.
I love the energy.
2 to base, 1 indirect.
Okay, he's taking the 2, and he'll throw the 1 probably on the fleet lieutenant if he's smart.
And 1 indirect.
1 indirect. I'm probably daring raid though, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna ping.
Oh, wow, okay.
Ooh, he pings.
And now he's going to Sabine ping. We haven't seen him do much of that this
Nah.
match. And old Boba.
That's a good card. I will claim the initiative.
Oh, yes.
There it was. It was off camera. He got it now. Yay.
Okay.
They'd moved it off the table for some reason. I missed one. There we go. Matthew on the button, trying to figure out what his first action is going to be. Swinging in with the lieutenant.
Well, he just sacrificed him because Boba's going to take him now.
I think he's gotten the value out of this fleet lieutenant that he needed, though.
Yeah.
I don't
for
think he's
sure.
upset by this.
1, 2, so I'm at 4. I'll be at. Make it 6. I'll put 1 there.
There we go. Throws one on the fleet lieutenant this time. Back to Matthew.
Damage each of us.
Yeah, he was like, flip. No. Let's do this first. Okay. Everybody takes a damage thanks to Sabine's leader side.
Greedo for 1.
And there comes Greedo. Now he deploys Sabine.
I wonder, Matthew hasn't played anything else. I wonder if does he have a Darksaber in his hand right now?
He's either bluffing one to see if he
Yeah.
can what he can get out of Daniel here. He probably. I mean, the nice thing about Sabine is that most of your stuff is cheap enough. He probably has options. But I'm willing to bet you he doesn't play this Darksaber, even if he has it.
Soldier, 3 indirect.
Okay, Guerrilla Soldier. Ooh, that's bold, ladies and gentlemen. Now remember, this is indirect
Now, see,
damage.
that makes me
Jango
think he
won't
has
work.
it.
No, that won't work. That won't work.
Tap Sabine.
Okay.
That won't work. No, judges is
Judge,
standing.
no, come on,
No. That's. Oh
It's
wait,
indirect.
that's indirect damage.
Can't tap Sabine. Send it in,
Yeah.
because it probably changes his play. It's too late now. Oh, should we?
Hang on.
Yeah, they need to catch that
Yeah, I know. I know.
because he's thinking about taking out Sabine right now.
I feel relatively confident that doesn't work. I'm trying to get their attention here, but I don't think that works.
Thank you.
Use the walkie.
You'll put you at 6.
Try not to do that because I don't like to use I'm trying to stay on camera here. It comes from a unit? Okay. Chat's telling me we're crazy.
Okay.
Okay. Chat. Okay. That's fair enough. Chat tells me I'm crazy. So it's a question of the source of the damage. If the unit card says generate indirect damage, and that is placed on a unit, it's legal then for Jango to tap them
Did you tell
down.
the judges we were wrong?
Yes, they caught it.
Okay.
They basically said, no, that's correct. That's why I asked questions.
Okay, attacked with his A-wing with Chewie on it.
They act like I have 7 monitors over here. Okay. All right, I missed some base damage here. We're at
attacked
16.
with the A-wing with Chewie.
Okay, we're at 16 on. There we go. Okay, so he ended up going high with Chewie.
Ooh, he's
I see
gonna
it.
smuggle something.
Chat's blaming the dumplings.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
You can blame the dumplings.
That's what it is. My blood sugar's not in the toilet now, so.
It has nothing to do with that we terribly play this game all the time, right? It's the dumplings.
look.
Let's blame the dumplings.
If it's broken, Jango can do it.
Yeah. So true.
Coming over a barrel here, my man.
There's a lot of ground power staring down Sabine right now, and I'm a little off on his damage too. Nope. There. That's where we're at. Daniel going wide here. Tons of pressure on Sabine.
This is what he did in the last game.
Right. He can't risk a Darksaber here, right? If you're Matthew, you can't risk a Darksaber because as soon as you put it down, you're just making either you have to time it perfectly like he did last game, or he's going to smash something into it and just tap it out. And Jango's going to flip this turn. Now,
it would be insane if Daniel won this without triple Dark Raid.
Well,
because then it makes me think you do not ban triple Dark Raid because it's still possible to get there.
What Matthew doesn't know is that Daniel's hand is basically nothing. There's nothing left in there. He's a sneak attack and no unit, and a surprise strike. 1, 2, 3. He's going to surprise strike for 5. Five to the base, and then, and he put it all on the base. He put it all the indirect on the base. There we go. Okay.
No. He'd surprise strike for 5 to the base.
And then he put,
indirect.
There's the indirect.
Went to the A-wing.
Indirect to the A-wing. Got it.
19.
But that's it. That's Daniel's turn. He has no other cards he can play. The last card in his hand is a sneak attack.
17, 20.
Matthew, don't scoop, bro. Play it
Well,
out.
Matthew's running numbers to see if he claims if he even lives. It's 8. It would be 8 to base plus 3 indirect. No, the indirect out of the soldier is not every time. It's only when he's played.
It's only played.
So he always got his 8 to base, but then Jango's going to flip, and that's 11. So Daniel has lethal available to him unless Matthew knocks out one of these ready units. But even then, it's going to be dicey.
I love these face cams. Matthew's face right now is just, it says it all over his face. He's like, how do I get out of this?
He's trying to find a way out. Does he have one? He doesn't have ECL. I mean, he has ECL available. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, he's going ECL something.
Is it a K? It's got to be a K2.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to ambush in the K2, 3 to base with the overwhelm.
Greedo.
Okay.
And then he's got to decide whether or not to use the Greedo trigger here.
10. 15, 18, 18 and 3.
21. You've got it wrong. But you're 19 and you're 22. Very rarely, in my experience, does that overwhelm on K2 come into play, but it certainly did right there.
Into the Sabine tapping her.
Yep, I'll claim.
Okay.
Your worst.
2 to Sabine. Knocks her down, and he can
He's
push
gonna do
6 more
6 to
damage.
base.
You are at 13, 15.
Yep,
Put you to 21.
Okay.
that's correct. Doing that.
21.
6 more on. Like they were saying earlier, go fast, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
We know we pretty sure he's sitting on a Rebel Assault. Chat says they saw it earlier. I missed it because I was probably had my head down doing something else.
I mean, you could use that to clear out some of the units, but I don't think he can get enough
A
out.
Rebel Assault here wins the game for Matthew if he's got it. He's
Ooh,
got
yeah.
the units to do it.
Yeah.
Between Chewie and the K2, he's 100% got lethal damage.
22.
But he needs it to happen. And actually, there's not enough unless Daniel drew into a surprise strike. He doesn't have it in one action either. Matthew, by claiming initiative there, I think actually is going to win this game. All he has to do is swing with Chewie, and then wait. If you had the Rebel Assault, I think he would have played it already.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure why you'd wait if you had it.
Maybe he doesn't see that. I mean, that happens too.
Possibly. He's got plenty of Rebels. That's not an. I mean, literally everything on the board
is a rebel.
I guess it's just 6 to base. If you have it, you have it.
Okay. Well, we know, but Matthew doesn't. Daniel doesn't have it. He's sitting on an IG 2000 and a sneak attack, and that will not be enough.
Yeah, because if I kill the K2,
You're
yes.
dead.
If he kills the K2, he's dead. If he kills everything, Matthew's going to pull it out here with a brilliant.
Oh, look at that. And some emotion for victory. I've been there.
A really, really solid match here.
Yeah.
Matthew going home with the win, moving to 6-1, has just about stamped his ticket into day 2.
He needs one more win, right?
Needs one more win.
Were
Daniel,
they both undefeated, or they both have
they
one
were both
loss?
5-1 coming into this
5-1.
match.
Okay.
So Daniel now falling to 5-2, still in the running, still could make day 2. Certainly understands that Jango deck well enough that he could do some cool things. So we'll see how this goes.